What is going on, YouTube? It is Chicago, back here with another one of your favorite videos, the pro analysis videos. If you guys are new or if you're returning, you guys do know I did do a lot of pro analysis on players and or teams way back when, and a lot of you guys seem to enjoy it. So I decided I was going to bring it back for the upcoming major in Copenhagen, which starts the 28th. We're going to see a lot of international competition, right? So I thought maybe I could give you guys a little preview behind the teams and understand how they work and how they operate, and maybe it'll just be fun for you guys to understand or look at, and maybe you'll even notice it during the major. But for today's first team, I'm going to be starting off light and we're going to work our way up to the big dogs. But as you can see, we are in the Middle East region. We have Rule 1 versus Falcons, and I'm going to be looking at Falcons. They're clearing ahead the best team in MENA. The Twins, Kaliers, and RW9 Rawas with TRK, just absolute powerhouse. And I'm just going to be going through these replays and kind of giving you guys my point of view on how they operate and why they might make certain decisions. And I do want to preface by saying, before I get into this, I am not on the team. What I say could be wrong, but I'm giving you my point of view of just an outsider. So like, there's no way for me to know exactly what they're thinking or doing, but I think I have a pretty good idea just based off, you know, pro experience and game knowledge. But we're going to start off game one with Rawas the GOAT and, you know, see what's going on, what's crack-a-lacking. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, MENA is honestly kind of just like probably one of the better regions. Them queuing the EU a lot makes their gameplay insanely fast. They're insanely clinical. They rarely make mistakes. Their challenges are insane because they're always on high ping. So they're honestly an absurd region. An interesting jump right there from RW9. As you can tell right off the rip, this team is super wide, rotation-wise, and as you get, I say that because obviously Rawas goes for a really bad ball here. But it's not the worst thing in the world because his intention is, if he goes, he's forcing Ahmed to clear the ball back to the left side where Khalil should be. So he's kind of just forcing him into his own team's hand. So obviously he's a bad jump, but he doesn't really fully commit and flip and dive to their net with no boost, right? He keeps his momentum. He still has 55 boost. Now he's going to keep his momentum, grab their corner. So now, you know, maybe if an offensive attack starts, they'll have minimal boost. But here is a really well done. Kaliers sees Ahmed pre-jumping on the roof, so he knows he can't just go straight at him. He's going to take his time. Look at Nupo pushing up as well. He's going to bait them in, and RW9 is going to do a really good job of staying spaced out and far as well as high, so that way Kaliers has a really good passing option for something that is super tough to defend. And watch. Kaliers absolutely slams it. There's no way for Ahmed and Nupo are both pushed up. Khaled is not on the spot to defend it. So right off the rip, you just have a crazy play on which it's almost undefendable because of good rotations, patience, and execution. Obviously, they don't execute, but that is as good as a shot as you can get in pro play. And you could just tell that's most likely how the Falcons like to play. Just right off the rip is, you know, using their mechanics, using their speed to get into offense, and then from there, letting the plays work for themselves and or making magic themselves. Wow. Now, this is just insane synergy. You can't really make up, right? So, again, using their mechanic, their skill to get on offense. TRK just playing the kind of cut first man. Like, he just wants to get Rule 1 to not have the ball. So he's going to pop it up mid, and Nuopo is backwards. So I don't even know if RW9 realizes this, but he pre-jumps because I think he thinks Nuopo is going to challenge this ball. So he pre-jumps his pop, obviously insane communication, and he's like literally halfway up. Khaled's literally halfway up before Nuopo or RW9's already at this ball. So this is just insane synergy and insane, you know, knowledge, knowing that the middle's open. TRK is going to pop it into that open space. RW9 capitalizes with the pre-jump, really well executed, and Ahmed just can't get back. Like, these are a lot of goals that you do. Like, if you saw this in A, you'd be like, that's insane. But obviously, MENA doesn't really have a mainstream and that many viewers when it comes to online play, so you wouldn't even be able to notice. Again, right off the rip, you can tell Falcons love to play fast. They love to play in your face. They are. I bet he goes through a demo here. Never mind. I lied. See, I don't know everything. Oh. So again, a nice, good wide rotation by RW9. Trying to stay out for a space for the pass. That way, his teammates can find him. Again, nice wide rotation. Again, Now this one doesn't work out, but he stays out wide for the pass. TRK finds him on the right side. He has space, so he's going to take his time. Again, now this is all individual and all mechanics on how good this team really is. He's going to get a really good beat, and not only a really good beat, a really good pass to a really well-positioned TRK. Ocalad honestly does a super good job of cutting it off and realizing it early. But here, just like that, now this is what Falcons want. They're trying to start this offense, right? So they did a really good play on their counter from defense to offense. And now they have this super good pressure. But unfortunately this time, RW9 honestly goes in a little bit too hot, as well as Ahmed was already up. This is one of the times where they if they kind of just slow down and reset, they might be able to keep pressure, play Ahmed's touch, send the ball back in, and continue offense. But going a little bit too fast, they give up a free counter. TRK luckily gets back, but you could already tell their game plan and their strategy is to kind of, you know, move their way from defense to offense fast with their individual ability, and then create a wide sustaining offense, a wide rotation with a good sustaining pressure that will break down a defense for their offense, right? But the main things you see is just the individual mechanical and speed like difference right now between the two teams. Again, TRK is going to solo his way. Obviously, this time it wasn't the greatest play in offense, so Rule 1 still has possession. And that's kind of as easy comes. Whenever you guys see like a team go straight back in offense like this, so TRK is the ball, right? Like we've seen them solo on defense before, but his touches honestly weren't very good. He did not keep the ball close, and Rule 1 being patient just gets the ball for free. That's a lot of the times the one thing a lot of pro players don't want to do. It's kind of becoming meta, is where you really don't want to get touches where you kind of don't get anything out of it. So in this case, TRK doesn't really keep the ball close, and him not getting anything out of it is not taking out a defender. He just ends up giving the ball right to Nupo, right? So he doesn't take out a defender. Rule 1 is all perfectly fine on defense. Nupo now has a free ball in the air. Clears makes a good challenge, but still now Rule 1 has pressure, right? So those are the differences to when Falcons gets good offense and when they don't really get good offense, is those transitions out of defense. Again, another really good challenge by Clears, and here's the solo. See, the fact is, Clears good challenge, great job by Rawas to take his time, slow down, and try and get some good touches. He doesn't even get the most insane touches in the world, but the fact is, this flip helps him keep the ball close by not boosting and then flipping into it. He keeps the ball close, and look at him mirroring it. He's doing that on purpose. Like, he knows he can't reach the ball again, or if he does, he's just going to give it to the other team. So instead, he's going to hide his car. You can tell him doing a little backward, like his back doing a little 360. We can go back. The back of his car will honestly be doing a 360 in the air because he wants to hide behind the ball almost. So he's doing that little 360 because he wants to block Ahmed, because if he just touches it again, he'll just give it straight to Ocalad. So instead, he makes the smart play, forces Ahmed to have to make an insanely tough 50, where if he does, he might just hit it back into him and straight on goal, who knows. But these are the differences between like those TRK touches and then these, because now Ocalad has to make a really tough save, and because of that, TRK had a free ball. Obviously, he doesn't do anything too great with it, right? But it's all about, in pro teams' minds, it's all about like getting to that point. The execution's another level of the process, but you can always control, you know, how you get to that point. Insane pre-jump by TRK right there. A really well done 50. A little bit of a double commit that probably should have been a little bit better executed on Falcons' part, if we're being honest. And they almost get punished for it with a little bump. Now, one thing noticing these guys play is it does seem like, which is surprising considering how good defensively Rawas is, but it does seem like that Falcons can easily be counterattacked. Like a lot of these plays, they do like to send the house. When they do get to offense, they do like to try and make a play happen. So there's a lot of potential for, you know, a little fast break. But they're also super clinical in defense. So it's obviously not super easy to score on them. All right, let's break down what happened. TRK cashes it again. Not a very good touch, so he kind of loses it. 50-50. Just kind of a couple poor 50s where I would say Rule 1 definitely won the 50. Ahmed pushes it to his teammate. Khalid, again, pushes it to his teammate. No one watching mid. Let's break. Ooh, TRK. Where does TRK go? Because TRK probably should be watching mid. Yeah, he kind of agreed. He goes for the back boost and doesn't. Neither of them are really covering mid, so it just leaves a wide open hole in the defense. And when you have no one covering huge spaces like that on defense, when your team's in a vulnerable spot, it's going to be really tough to defend, and you're going to have to bank on the other team screwing up, which obviously Nupo's not going to do that. So you have a tie game. Yeah, very, very elite fast gameplay from Falcons is what I noticed. Mechanically insane. Chemistry is off the charts. You can tell with the pre-jumps. Their challenges are clear. But there is obviously a lot of holes that we've seen with defense and or counterattacks. It's not that, you know, it's preventing them from being the perfect team. Again, like I said, Clears going for the solo transition from offense to defense, or defense to offense, sorry. But again, not really too great of a solo. Doesn't even get one man out of the play. Nupo, not easily. He reads it. It's a well done job. And because of him reading that, TRK is committed to their side. And now this is the counterattack. It's a 2v1 with a whole net open. Ahmed could dribble, air dribble bump. Nupo could bump. They could do a passing play. There's so many options. But kind of fortunately for them, you know, maybe it's the heat of pressure, the tournament. Ahmed kind of just gives the ball to Roas. God, I gotta stop doing this with my hand. What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyway, he gives the ball up, and it's just stuff like that. It's again, that could easily be a goal-scoring chance for Rule 1, but Falcons kind of get bailed out. And I don't think you want to let this team get bailed out a lot, because I'm assuming a lot of their, you know, skill can easily just come back to bite you if you don't turn one in that you should have scored. Again, they're leaving. They're super, super aggressive. Like, Clears is already on their side, right? And TRK is instant challenging. Like, Clears is flipping for their boost behind the enemy lines. He's gone for the play. Count him out. Now, TRK, if he loses his 50, this could be potentially a 1v3. So I would honestly say most times, I don't think TRK should challenge this like this. I think he should probably wait a little bit. Try and stall like a second or two for Clears to get a little closer back to defense. And then challenge and try and get a 50. But him challenging so early now leaves Roas having to dodge a bump and now dodge a 1v1. But of course it's Ross, so he's just the GOAT. And he jumps over the bump, wave dashes, hits the ball over, and now they're on offense. Now that's just individual skill that you can't really teach. And game sense. That's a lot of just really well done things by Ross. Wow, what a goal. Let's break this down, right? So we saw them get to offense from Roas's insane defense. Ahmed, kind of, I believe Ahmed flips here. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Ahmed's POV for this. So they're on defense. There's nothing really too threatening, right? They just got to chill. 10 seconds left. Probably play for OT, play smart. But him flipping here with 76 boost is honestly really bad, because when you flip, you lose so much range of motion on what you can do with your car. And since he flips, now he's directly in this corner, right? He's in line with this corner. He can't really turn left or right super sharp. So the ball doesn't go where he expects it, and now it's awkward, right? He's not even in front of the ball. He's like diagonal to it. So he has to take this extra half a second, line up, and then by the time he jumps, Roas is now on the ball, dunks him straight mid high. Khalid's backwards facing the net because he doesn't expect this, and he's literally Clears and TRK are smelling blood in the water. So huge mistake by Ahmed by flipping there, causes this terrible 50, and then we'll go to Clears, who scores this, who's just so ready in mid for something to come his way. And honestly, an insane shot. Like, this is not something you can teach. This is just skill. He gets up so fast. He knows he needs to place on the right side of the net to avoid Ahmed. And he gets like a skim right down under him. Just kind of insane, to be honest. It's just really well done. We'll just stick on him for the final 4 seconds. Normal kickoff. TRK clears it. Oh, this guy's Ross already up, going for a double. Makes the defense kind of panic, and that's GG. So that has been Falcons gameplay. That was honestly super impressive out of them. They are super fast. They're super clinical. They're super in sync. But that's not to say that they don't have moments where they kind of screw up and it can really bite them, especially versus, you know, maybe other international top competition. You might not see other teams screwing that up, especially EU teams. So if you guys are going to watch the major, look out for Falcons. See if you can notice some of the stuff maybe I pointed out. And if so, enjoy it. Let me know. And let me know who you guys want to see next if you all stay to the end of the video. I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment too. It helps the algorithm. That would be greatly appreciated. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.